Let's see if it does it.
Okay.
If it does, this is the first time I'm going to go
YouTube.
live. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. And we are live. And we are live. Welcome to our first attempt at, I'm going to turn it down. I think we are.
I don't know how to.
That's okay. You know what? Good morning, Karen. And this is our first live to YouTube, Spirituality Gone Wild, a special Cuppa Grata, where we are going to share the wonderful Leon Hendricks. Let me turn this sound down on Oopsie Daisy. Okay. It's because it was giving me feedback. So I'm just going to go ahead and share our screen, Karen, and I'm going to put on this wonderful interview I did with Leon Hendricks. But before I do, Karen, can you tell everybody what who we are, Spirituality Gone Wild? You've got it.
I am so grateful to be able to be here on Cuppa Grata. I'm Karen Palmer, and I am one of the Gratitude Girls. Me and Debbie are here at Spirituality Gone Wild, and we are a channel that is dedicated to raising the levels of gratitude, compassion, joy, love, and peace on earth. We're using all of our platforms to understand why we are here as a beautiful society. So using social media for a greater good. And we're so grateful for our beautiful global family and the community that we've been able to attract here. It's all about being that love and being that gratitude and being that joy. And that's what Spirituality Gone Wild is all about. So if you're new to Spirituality Gone Wild, please like our page, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and get involved in all the ways that you can be part of this beautiful global family.
Thank you, Karen, so much. You just wrapped it up in such beauty, and I love you for that. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, and the sponsor of the Leon Hendricks, celebrating Jimmy's 75th anniversary of his life, if that came out right. But I want to go ahead and share our screen for a moment. I'd like to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsors, and that is Addiction Therapeutic Services in Rancho Mirage. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful facility located in the Ritz-Carlton buildings in Rancho Mirage. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is an IOP, outpatient treatment center, where they combine the most up-to-date, awesome techniques and therapeutic advancement for recovery, including wrapping it all together with Satori Center for Wellbeing. So it's combining recovery, getting to the core of the issue, and using things like the hyperbaric chamber, sound therapy healing, and chiropractic services. There's a psychotherapist. His name is Dr. Ray, and there is our lovely Josie Herndon, who you will also see here on our lovely YouTube channel, as well as on Facebook Live, because Josie will be sharing her channeling of Archangel Gabriel coming through very, very soon, as well as her adventures in the addiction therapeutic realm from her perspective. So there's a lot of great stuff coming forward, but those are our fabulous sponsors, and also for Leon Hendricks. And if you're watching this, and this is today, July 25th, 2018, we have 10 free sets of tickets. So I'm going to put this out when I'm done. So just message me, let me know. I'll put you on the list, because I would love everybody to see this extraordinary performance, because not only will it be Leon Hendricks, but it will be the members of, ready for this, Jack Russell's Great White and Keith St. John. That is Montrose and Kingdom Come. I mean, oh my gosh. And let me tell you something. These guys are fabulous, fabulous people, because they are. I met them and I hung out with them, and wait till you meet Keith, Karen. He's just so cool. So without further ado, and Karen, thank you for coming on here with me. And you guys, let's roll this awesomeness out with Leon right now. And I'm bring this up, and here we go. And it's just going to start because I just started playing play. Here we go, or record.
It's what connects us to this wireless world.
Can you hear it okay, Karen?
And
Yeah.
Okay,
what a
I'm going to
genius the
mute
universe
me.
is. It's just magnificent that we're able to just move from here to there, but very carefully. You don't want to move from here to there and stay there, too long. Although it is a magnificent place. Where music lives is where Jimmy lives. It's where your memories live, all your thoughts, and dreams, inspirations. They live there. They're real. Everything's real. Everything you think of is real.
I love it. You know something, Leon, when you and I met at Eric Clapton, it's
Oh,
one of the
your eyes were deep, and like, you know.
Yeah, when I met you, I connected with your spirit. We connected, and I was completely, I appreciate your music. I appreciate that Jimi Hendrix was your brother, but I appreciate you and that connection I got with you one on one. But I want to expand on what you just said because we had touched on this when uh, I met you. And I remember that that's what it was because I said when when this universe was created, it was created from sound. In nature, it's the most beautiful thing. That's where sound comes from. We are part of that. When you put little clips onto plants
Mm-hmm.
and I know you know this, and put it through to speakers, it actually plays the vibration actually plays sound.
Yep.
And that vibration and sound, we each have our melody, we are each have our God song, our source song, whatever. But I love how that you said that, how creative that the universe is, and how that you were just talking. Expand more on where that this happens for you, because you see, this is what I love about you, Leon. You are so deep. There's so much about you in the realm of, we can call it spirituality, or we can just call it being. That is miraculous. Talk to me about that.
Well, actually, the universe wasn't created. The universe is, and we are.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Like once you're in the cycle of life, you have life. There's no afterlife because life continues.
Yes,
It
yes,
might be a different song, but once you're in it, and you can't get out of it. So you just progress your way through eternity, and like in my father's house are many mansions, many dwelling places, you know. And spirituality is like it's like music, It's real. It's so real, but you can't see it, but you can feel it.
mm-hmm.
Jimmy came up with this thing earlier when we were, he said that energy equals sound and color dynamics. He thought that even color has a powerful presence. You can't touch color, but you can see it. You can't touch music, but you can hear it. So all these things are real. Like when you think of your lost loved ones and all your generations that have gone before you, those are real. Even your nightmares are real. You just have to be able to deal with them here, because there's no new energy created. The energy was given to us, and it's ours to do with it as we will. But first, you have to be able to know that that exists, that world exists out there, and it's proof. I mean, it's so obvious to me, because I had Jimmy, talking about telling me these things. He knew. He seemed to know everything, and I never seen him read a book. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I feel you.
He was touched. He got it. He was a biological Bluetooth that connected with God's Wi-Fi, and it became the iCloud. It's magnificent, and wow, I mean, it's so powerful that all those powers are ours. But we are limited in our biological presence right now to grab them. We're physical and biological, but being biological is awesome because we have so many sensations of this body, like, sensuality and feelings and love. We just vibrate all the time, it's just an awesome thing.
I love it. The vibe and that vibration, I call that spark to G vibe. That's your gratitude vibration. It's your God vibration. But that vibration that you're talking about, we can tap into whatever level we want. I like to think of it as our our thoughts create this reality. What we're thinking about is what we're seeing. It's how we're working with that energy.
Yeah, everything's real.
Yeah, everything's real. Exactly. So if I'm thinking, so if I'm broadcasting icky, I'm going to, that's what that frequency, that's what I'm going to vibrate into my reality. Am I real? Yep, it's real it.
There's many levels,
Yeah.
It all depends on what you've attained here in your physicality and in your mental state, and what you've pulled out of the universe, the powers that God left it up there. What you pull out is what you evolve, and sometimes you only need just a little bit,
Yeah.
Some people, just like some people here on earth, they never leave their town, but they're happy, they have well-being because they didn't seek or anything further than the well-being that they attained at that moment. So that's theirs. But if you want to, you can really reach over there and go many places. Like sometimes when I meditate, I go so far that I don't want to come back. It's just awesome. It's just like everything is real. That's how I had to put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
There's no new power in the universe. The power is constant and it's there and it's ours to manipulate as we please. And some of us manipulate it in the wrong way, and we pay for that by depleting our spirit. But to have well-being is such an awesome place. It's like, sometimes you can just step from here right to here and you're in that other world. Don't Tom? And and all these ancient civilizations that scientists now say, oh yeah, it's true, they were here. They evolved. That's why they're not here no more. They evolved. They gained enough spirituality and whatever they needed to evolve to their next level of existence.
Absolutely makes 150% sense. I am in alignment with that. Absolutely. Because I think that we're experiencing that here now. I think we are seeing an evolution in we're aware. I think they were just because they were in that same space of awareness and ascension to that level of self-realization, that level of self-awareness. We're here to learn self-love, to give it out, to be of service, I feel. But really the essence is in it. Do you feel we're here to be happy, for happiness?
This place was created by humans or other entities, because there's other things going on over here. There's even sex in there, in that other world.
I know. Isn't that something? Like, go figure. We're not the only ones that are creative with our endorphins.
Exactly. And the way I see it is that it's so beautiful to be able to give this out, because that's like, it started in the 60s, I think. I mean, way before that sound, way classical, a long time ago, when music was starting to permeate all through the earth and stuff like that. But in the 60s, there was a different thing coming. The 60s was a magical time when a lot of music just hit the earth. Music is a spirit.
Yeah.
And it hit the earth. It's our best form of communication. It hit the earth so powerful that, and we the people, we were able to have power then. We were hippies. We wore long hair. We wore flowers in our hair. There was free love, and stuff like that. And then the hippies had to get jobs to support the kids they had were yippies. And the yippies were good because they had the yuppies that created all this new technology. But it started in the 60s when we were able to grasp that stuff coming down. And now the yuppies invented all this wireless devices, and we are a device. See, we are just a biological device that's able to tap in through all this stuff. But now these yuppies, the sons of the yippies, and the yippies were the sons of the hippies.
I love that.
See, we progressed. You know,
No kidding, right? Yes.
We're going. And so, so we're just a device that's able to capture all this stuff, you know, and pretty soon we won't need a device because we'll be more part of that. I don't know what level I'm going to go to next, but we never go backwards. You know, once you see this existence we have right now, we don't go backwards. We just keep going to the next phase. You know?
Ooh, you know, I've never thought about that. I mean, it's true. We're just like as we experience now.
Yeah.
We're not going to go backwards. I love, you know, Jimmy, that is, why did I just called Leon, I just said, Jimmy, you know why? You know that your brother's energy, see, how do you vibe with this? Okay, because I kind of want to know how you feel about this. How do you feel about their energy still being part of our existence here? I'm not saying like they're sitting here with me. I'm saying, I'm saying that their energy is part of our energy.
Their spirit is able to come to us. That's when we think about them. That's them Bluetoothing with us. You know, they don't really have to be present all the time because they got things to do too. You know what I'm talking about? But,
yeah.
And then they'll visit, you know, and you think about them, say, oh, and you ever had somebody you call somebody and they say, oh, speak of the devil. No, you guys had Bluetooth with each other. And that's why you connected. You made that phone call. I said, oh, because it happens all the time. They said, I was going to call you 10 seconds.
Biological device, like you said.
Yeah, we're just a device. You know, we're like an iPhone.
Dude, that is so awesome. We're connecting via Bluetooth. You know that there's people that are going to love to hear that because that sounds so much more accepting. Now
yeah, it's easier to understand instead of saying, oh, there's a God out there. I don't believe him because he never answers my prayers and stuff like that. But that's not true. You have to be able to get in there, you know.
Yes.
God ain't never went nowhere. But the problem is the word God, you know, that trips up people, you know.
Right.
Just say higher power. Just say my next, you know, you know, I'm in high school and I'm only in the 11th grade right now. You know, think of it as, you know, graduating somewhere, you know. So, you know, and 12th grade is next, you know, and then junior college. Or if you're not too smart, you go to, you know, community college. You know, no, it doesn't change the dynamics of all the problems we have here because in the spirit world, they have a thing going on too, you know. Everybody's not all perfect up there. You know what I mean?
You are just mind blowing. I didn't really think about that. They've got their thing too.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're not going backwards, and that's just like such a key thing for me right now. What I'm hearing from you, that's important, you know, and I think it's important to stay here in the now. That's why it is so important. You can't go back anyway, but you can't.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well go ahead.
But may as well.
But if you get to a level where you have well-being and you're satisfied with that, and you stop reaching, that's it.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
No, that's it. That's it. But that level's pretty good because there's another level after that. But you have to go through that level that you created for yourself before you can go to another one. But see, that'll all come to you when you get there. You know, when the door's open, you go, oh, cool. You know, because you know I can Bluetooth with Jimmy. Sometimes on stage, you know, I can't play guitar that well, but sometimes I don't need to. I go, help me, Jimmy. And for some reason, I wouldn't have called on him if I didn't feel his presence. You know, sometimes I feel his presence. Mm-hmm. And people around me, they feel his presence with me. And they go, Leon, weren't you in the other room? I said, no, that's Jimmy. Sometimes, he comes and floats around, and then a lot of my girlfriends and females say that Jimmy actually comes down here and gets some.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's been written, and those are those spirits that come here, because when you have wet dreams or sexual dreams, those are fucking real. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, you're just doing your thing in a different in a different dimension.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because we're not in our body. Have you ever woken up and you're just like, you shock awake? Like you kind of like wake up like, because you just kind of like fall back in. It's like, oh, I'm awake. But yeah, no, this is something I've actually interviewed somebody who expanded even further on this, because had a relationship with an ET and this being, and she talked about her, having sex with them and all of this, and how the thing is that, so we're going to open that up. So we're going to talk about what is that? I have an acronym, Leon. It's Sacred Euphoric Xanadu.
Okay.
Sacred because we are sexual beings, and we are sacred.
For one reason. To make more devices. To get more power from the universe. That's why it's so pleasurable, because God in his wisdom.
If they don't like it,
I need more iPhones. I'm not going to go to China and get a manufacturer. I just make it so pleasurable for humans to do this, procreate, and make him more devices, because he loves a family. And about the aliens, and about those aliens, there are aliens. They're everywhere, but they have their cycle of life too. They're in their cycle, and they might come here and visit, but they're still biological beings. See, they still have their spirituality too, and all through the universe, there's all kind of other creatures. Come on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I look in here. I got ants crawling. She got threatened by a spider a minute ago. Everybody, this whole life thing. Look at it. A bee looking for honey. Everything is just a wonderful piece of the whole. And if you're a piece of the whole, you are the whole of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, heck yes. If you are a piece of the whole,
you are
whole.
Listen, there's a circle.
Uh-huh.
No matter where you are in that circle, you're a part of the whole circle. Like a billion grains of sand, each sand granule is part of the sand that's on the beach. You know what I'm talking about? And the
I absolutely do.
Everything is awesome. Everything is just vibrating to hell. I mean, not to hell, but I didn't mean to say that. But vibrating.
I got you.
This awesomeness,
Yeah.
And Jimmy's telling me, he says, because I was saying about music a minute ago, and he was telling me that it's okay if I don't play his music, because I keep saying I don't want to play Jimi Hendrix music anymore, because I want to play my own music. But every time I try to get in the studio and finish my new albums and stuff like that, people from all over the world, they call me and say, Leon, come to Italy, come here. It's Jimmy's birthday coming up and stuff like that. And I'm kind of caught in this whirlwind, because that's my only income.
Gotcha.
Jimmy is still taking care of me. He's taking care of me. He provides, this existence where he made the music, and I piggyback on it, and I can play it because I can live and pay my bills. But I am going to stop playing Jimi Hendrix music. I never learned to play it anyway, because I always thought it was his. I said, oh, that's Jimmy's music. And I want to do my own. But, I got to go back to Europe this fall and do the same thing all over Europe for Jimmy's 75th birthday, and I love it. I just love it. I just thank him, and I'm just in this thing. I just surfboard through this existence right now, and I'm loving it.
When we met, I remember I looked at you and we were talking, and I said, I didn't know. First off, let's talk about that for a minute. I had like the blondest moment ever because we're talking. I'm just like,
Yes, baby.
you're like, you're in a band. Oh, that's cool. What band are you in? And just kind of, oh, you're Jimmy's brother. That's cool. That's cool. Hey, Leon, what's up? I was just focused on you. And I remember looking at you and saying, you know, you're supposed to be doing spiritual stuff and things with your music. And you looked at me and you're like, how the hell do you, you're like, what's up? Like, you got that. You looked at me and said, yeah, how'd you know that? And like, yes, we need to talk. And I said, yes, we do. And I just felt this in my heart, like in my spirit and everything about me that was like, just seeing you, there's something, you know what it is with your with you, what's in the music inside of Leon. And that I cannot wait to be part of and hear.
Well, I got some awesome stuff, but for some reason, it's gonna happen. I can't force it or anything.
No.
I got 2 albums done. I haven't even put them out yet. She has,
Okay.
but I took them to this producer last week, and he said it's dated because I move on. Like the music I played yesterday, I don't want to play no more.
Okay.
I want to make my new song today, so I need to go to the studio. I need somebody's going to come along and say, Leon, here, I'm gonna leave you alone. Here's financing. Here's the studio. Make your music. Bring your friends from all over the world that you've been playing with all this time to get connected.
Mm-hmm.
And fly them in and sit in the studio for 6 months and make me some products, because we need to be exploited. Remember when Cain killed Abel? God didn't kill Cain. He left him, but he said you can't grow nothing, you can't create nothing, and you can't harvest nothing. But you can, but I need you, because I need you to exploit my artists who have creativity, because without exploitation from these managements, these managers and stuff, your music would never get nowhere, if you're not exploited. So Cain served a purpose. If you go to his office down in Beverly Hills, all the plants in the office are fake. They're plastic, because they don't have that power, but they do have the power to exploit us. But by exploiting us, we get to go out there. We don't like it because we think we're being taken advantage of, but it's a necessary thing.
Okay. So what I'm hearing and what I'm hearing from you is your desire and your wants. And I want to get into alignment with what I've heard you say that you want. And what you want is for that to show up.
That one person
needs to show that one person. We're gonna call in a team. We're gonna play a little game here. We're just gonna use our imagination there, Leon. I love to play games.
It's not a game, honey.
Well, no, this is actually a game of imagination. And this is fun. Well, I call it a game. Maybe it's not a game.
Your imagination is real.
It is real. So what I love to do is I love to do what you just did and talk about that thing that we want and expand on it like it's already happened, and talk about how wonderful it was and all of the possibilities, and start exploring the possibilities of what that looks like and get into that energy of it. So if we were to explore what it looks like, oh my God, Leon, I couldn't even believe it. We put out Cuppa Grata, and that was so awesome. And you know what? That person heard you and was like, I get this. And your absolute love of who you are to allow the music to come through, because you knew that the music was healing. You knew what you could do with it. You knew all of this. And that one person believed in you so big. And then it was like, wait a minute, it's not just one person. It's an entire freaking team. And everything's done with compassion and kindness, and everybody is coming at this from a full collaboration to lift you up in your greatness, to produce. You're producing everything that you've wanted to. You are leaving you've left this heart print and leaving a heart print and a music print. You've you're changing the world. You're part of that energy. You're part of the new music. It's not new. It's just healing. There's a healing mechanism to it.
What Jimmy said. Jimmy said sound can heal.
Yes.
Remember, in the beginning was sound, not
Yes.
the word, that
No.
became flesh. It was sound that became the word that was spoken, that became flesh and dwelt among us. And there's many biological entities that have helped us. You just can't, this is not religion. This is spirituality. This is, tell your fans they need to look up, Google Paracletus.
Paracletus?
See, this is what religion has held back from us. See, they know all these popes and big ministers, they know about the Paracletus. And when Jesus said you have to have eyes to hear and eyes to see and ears to hear, that says that there's another being that lives in us. But most of us let that being just dwell there and not activate it, because you need those extra eyes and extra ears, because Paracletus means, okay, paramedic, helper. The medic, parachute, helps you, parallel. The Paracletus is a powerful entity that lives in that world, that dwells in us, that we were born with it, but most of us go through life without even knowing that it's in us, But once you realize that this entity lives in you, that came from God, then now you can say, hey, well, let's start really pulling ourselves, my physical body and my Paracletus, let's bring it together. And then that's how you start communicating. But you never hear religious people tell you about that.
No.
Because they want you to get it through their religious organization. But if people know that this thing is just like free, you know what I'm talking about? It's free.
Yeah, it's just there. Yeah,
you don't need to. And also, he says, I don't dwell in a house of bricks. Come on.
Right.
It's a magnificent existence that we live. And it's just awesome, powerful. And I love it. And I want to write a song now, because I'm getting something,
That's it. Yeah.
And so I'm be present for the helper, Paracletus. He's a helper. That's what he's called. The Paracletus. Google it sometimes.
I am, yeah, totally.
Sweetheart, what is this?
Oh, it's a flyer I threw together so that I could help promote you. That's all.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just I love you are expanding my mind right now, and my consciousness, not just my mind, my consciousness, which is I mean that's a gratitude moment and a half when I go into that space. And it's just the vibrations right now of energy from you are just so delicious. And I want to hear this new song that's coming out of you. It's going to, whatever's coming through.
Right now, but I don't. That's how it goes. I'm also a painter. Inspiration, if you notice that in the middle of that, it says spirit. In the middle of inspiration is the word spirit.
Holy Mother of God.
What he's saying, and sometimes when I'm inspired or inspirited to paint, I have no canvas. And then when I want to play music, like right now, I have no guitar. So there's an imbalance of the spirit that comes to you, because if I want to paint, that spirit comes to me and paint, and I paint for months sometimes, and I don't play guitar at all.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, down goes the paintbrush, and up comes the guitar, And what I want to do is I want to be able to expand on playing guitar more, like instead of 2 months, make it 6 months.
Okay.
Painting for 2 months. I want to paint for 6 months. So now I'm going to paint for 6 months and play guitar for 6 months. See, I'm trying to get a balance. And I know, and these kids nowadays, these are maestros.
Right.
15, 16-year-old. Oh my God, I'm saying, why do I even play an instrument when these little kids can do all this, you know?
Yeah,
And
I hear you on this one. I saw that not long ago, and I was just like,
that's the power of this generation. They're getting more power, but they don't know what it is yet. They don't know what it is. That they just think they're cool and they can play guitar better than anybody, but that's not it. See, they were given a gift, and a lot of musicians that I know now have given up music altogether and went somewhere else because they thought it boring now.
wow.
You know?
Instead of seeing it because we're conduits.
Yeah.
And what I've just heard you say is like, you know, as a conduit, you're allowing the music to come through. You allow your artwork to come through. And what you're telling me is they're disconnected from the way that it actually flows through because it's a channeled process. I want to go back to when you're now with your artwork, what are you seeing? I'm just, now you've got me just, I want to see this artwork. I'm just kind of like, I'm like, okay, now he's doing, I want to see this. It has to be amazing.
Well, you have to Google it. I mean, there's Leon Hendrix art somewhere. I've
Okay.
had many big sellers that have been stolen from me, but they're still selling them on the internet. On my Instagram, I got a couple of art pieces on there on my Instagram. And, but see, I'm not too material. Like if I paint a good picture and a company buys it,
Mm-hmm.
it's gone, you know. I want to paint a new one. That's it. You know, I always want to move forward. Like I told you earlier, my album that I did, those 2 albums that I did, I'm not even going to release them now because I don't like them no more. Because I am on another level of music right now, and I wish I had my guitar. You know, but it's all good because see, that inspiration came and left.
Right.
I didn't grab it. Now, if I would have had my guitar here, I would have been able to tap into it and go, yeah, blah, blah. But since I didn't, it just went, soup. Oh, he's busy.
Like a superhighway. Boom. You know,
That spirit. That spirit is constant. You know, and if I meditate for a minute, I can get back there. You know, but I'm cool right now. I'm like, you know, I'm all awake now. 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. I got to go practice a little later for my gig tomorrow. So I'm good. You know, my day's clean.
it's this day is, yeah, we're choosing to have an amazing day. It's completely awesome. You know, music to me is everything about me is music. And I started playing when I was about 7, I'd say, something like that. And then I played up until high school, switched to clarinet because you can't play guitar and a marching band, Leon. It just doesn't look too good. You know, didn't quite work. So, but I was always in theater and all of that. And then I broke my back when I was 17, and so I stopped all of it. You know, both of my boys play just for fun. You know, they love it. They're very musical. But so when you talk about your music I remember feeling some of these things as a small child or when I would play. And it's such a beautiful experience. The other part is what do you how do you feel that your music, do you know the capacity and realize the capacity that your music has, the ability for you to put that out there? What's inside of you right now that I know you're wanting to get out?
I need to be exploited.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Exploiter to come to me and say, Leon, may I exploit you? And I said, by all means, you know, please hurry up. Because right now it costs too much to go in the studio. I want to go back to analog. You know, this digital music right now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it captivated the audience in this digital world. But analog, remember the 2-inch tapes?
Oh yeah.
from the 60s when it
Well,
started.
I remember. I was born in '68,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember the. I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. That's well. I don't know. What I would like to do is I want to teach my friends. You know, I have a lot of friends, but they seem to be scattered mentally on different projects and stuff like that, and you know, blah blah blah. But if I could teach, I can teach them to meditate in a way that they'll be more accepting of the powers up there. But you gotta learn this. It's not going to come to you. You're going to go, okay, I want this right now. It doesn't happen that way. You got to learn. Like when you pick up your phone and it says message not delivered, no Wi-Fi. Remember in the old days you had to go to Starbucks to get a Wi-Fi?
Uh-huh.
See, Wi-Fi is free. Wi-Fi is right here, right now. But man has made it in a way that you have to pay him to Wi-Fi. See, but Wi-Fi is free. You know, my son, who was born on Jimmy's birthday, his name is Little Jimmy.
Your son, wait, hold the horn. Your son was born on Jimmy's birthday.
Yeah.
So that's coming up, right? November?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
He's such a genius that one day I needed my guitar tuned. He never played guitar before. And he didn't even know what tuning is. And so he went, and he tuned my guitar perfectly. And this little kid made Wi-Fi before Starbucks had Wi-Fi, with a paper clip and some tin foil and gold foil from the art store. He got Wi-Fi. He would carry his little computer around with this thing sticking out of the side. You know, 20 years ago.
Oh my word.
But then he kind of got off. You know, we all have our problems with, you know, our physicality. You know, we need to medicate. And I've learned, I used to medicate with everything, but now I meditate because.
Oh, I dig that, Leon.
You know, I don't medicate, I meditate because it's the same thing. Because we all need something, but we always go to alcohol or drugs when there's medication out there with meditation. The same things that you need to fill your body to make you feel good is out there too.
Absolutely.
Sweetheart, I think we're almost done.
We are about done. Yeah.
And we'll do another session sometime.
I think that would be awesome. Let me.
Sometimes when you go too far,